From Studio 3C in Rockefeller Center, this is Today in New York.
Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, of course, and the cancer is beatable with early detection and treatment, but that doesn't always mean the struggle's over. Coming up, one woman's story about how she beat breast cancer only to find out that that same cancerous cell had traveled to other parts of her body a decade later. Her story can be a lesson for all of us. Coming up next. Welcome back on this Sunday morning, and we all know, of course, that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and thanks to awareness, research, and treatment, breast cancer for many women is beatable, but some survivors are left to face an unexpected and daunting diagnosis. It's called metastatic breast cancer, and early detection doesn't necessarily guarantee a cure for that. It can develop decades after the original diagnosis, and that's exactly what happened to one of our guests today. Her name is Khadijah. She beat breast cancer in 2003, only to find out that she was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer 7 years later. She joins us in our studio along with Dr. Mark Hurlbert. Good morning to you both, and so nice to have you here. And I'm so glad that you say, I asked you how you're doing, you say you're doing great, and I'm so glad to hear that. Tell us your story, Khadijah.
I was originally diagnosed with breast cancer in 2003 when I was 28 years old.
So young.
Right. Very surprising to me, too. And I was cancer-free until 2010 when I developed a persistent cough, and when I went to my doctor, they noticed I had multiple tumors in my lungs and a blood clot, and I was diagnosed as metastatic breast cancer at that point.
And well, you seem to be doing well, thank goodness.
Yes.
You're in treatment for that still?
In treatment, ongoing chemotherapy treatment.
Ongoing chemotherapy. Yes. And Dr. Holbert, I guess the point being with metastatic breast cancer, and in particular with Khadijah, what it is, it's still breast cancer. It is, you do not have lung cancer. There, right. It's breast cancer that has moved to another part of your body, which is more treatable, I would imagine, for more people than a lung cancer or a lymph node cancer.
Yeah, so metastatic breast cancer, it is breast cancer that has gone to other parts of the body.
Right.
The four main parts it goes to is the lung, like Khadijah, liver, bones, or brain. But it's very different than early breast cancer. Once you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, you're on treatment for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Often treatment works for a while, and then the cancer will start to come back, so then they have to switch regimens. And it's metastatic breast cancer is the cause of nearly all of the 40,000 breast cancer deaths each year. When the tumor goes from your breast to other parts of the body, that's when it becomes deadly.
Right. Typically, a woman who is diagnosed with breast cancer typically doesn't die of breast cancer in the breast until it moves to another more vulnerable part of the body. I would guess the brain.
That's correct.
So the treatment, as Khadijah was saying, for her is chemotherapy, and this is a lifelong treatment. How I guess what women are asking now, I'm sure people, as a breast cancer survivor myself, you always live in fear that it'll come back either in your breast or some other part of the body. What typically should women look for when you're wondering where, you said the brain, the lungs, the other parts of the body? How do you look for this? Yeah,
so the challenge with metastatic breast cancer is you don't know because it could go to different parts of the body. So in Khadijah's case, she was coughing and felt these things, and later on it turned out it was in her lung. A lot of women have metastatic disease in their bones, and they start to feel bone pains. So any breast cancer survivor should really work closely with her doctor. Up to 30% of women that thought they survived early breast cancer can have this recurrence.
30%? Up to 30%. That's an incredibly high number. Is that something, Khadijah, that you had even considered? I mean, when you went to your doctor with this cough, I'm sure you never thought that this had happened to you.
Absolutely, and I'm a singer.
Oh,
so of all places for it to come back to my lungs was really devastating. However, today I'm still able to sing, and I feel healthy and I feel hopeful.
Well, hope is the number one thing. Never give up hope, because there's always ongoing treatment, ongoing research, and of course, good treatment and care. So thank you both for coming in. Doctor, thank you for bringing awareness to this. A lot of women don't think about we're always thinking it's going to recur, but rarely do we think about it in other parts of our bodies. But thank you both for coming in this morning, and continue good health to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, Gus, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Pat. Next.